Manufacturers are West Virginia's investors, innovators, and job creators. With nearly 48,000 direct employees impacting the careers of 250,000 West Virginians, making the products you use every day, from automotive and wood manufacturing to chemical components and medicine. I'm Rebecca McPhail, and this is Made with West Virginia Pride. Paper in Fairmont, West Virginia is a wholly owned subsidiary of Nine Dragons Paper Limited. Headquartered in Chicago with several mills in the United States, ND's Fairmont division began operations in 1995. ND Fairmont is one of only 3 pulp mills in the world that produces air-dried recycled pulp. Today, General Manager Steve Demyon will take us through the recycling and production process and show us what is made at ND Paper with West Virginia pride and West Virginia people. Steve, thanks so much for having us here today. We're really excited to learn about what you're doing here at ND Paper in Fairmont. Can you just start with giving us a little bit of background and information about the company and your employees here?
Yeah, sure. The mill started up in 1995. The original makeup for the mill was to make recycled bleach kraft, which is a white board that we take and sell it to customers that are going to make it into toweling, tissues. Some will make it into copy paper and things like that. Our employees, the best thing about the mill, obviously, we have most of the mill employees are here from West Virginia. We're very proud of the fact that we're taking a product that would potentially go to the landfill, and we're making a useful product out of it.
Well, tell us about the process and what Monty's doing here today.
Okay, again, Monty's our DCS operator. Monty has about 60 plus odd screens available to him. So he is monitoring everything that's going through the mill process. Everything from, there's the fiber flow drum where we separate the fiber from the rejects, the plastics and things. That basically becomes oatmeal after that process. And then it goes on through the mill as a liquid type form where we're going to bleach it, clean it, separate all the materials that aren't fiber sources. The pulp comes out in a very large sheet that you can see here. It's a very large sheet coming out, 196 inches wide. It's going to get cut, sliced, and all that, and we're going to make it into sheets that are 33 inches by 33 inches. Those bales weigh about 600 pounds a piece. So we make 6 bales about every 5 minutes. So today we're feeding what we call mixed paper. So it's a little bit of mix of everything, just like the name. There's OCC in here, there's white fiber. Hopefully we're keeping out, our inspection process has worked, and we're keeping a lot of the metal cans and trash and that.
So Steve, how do you capture this? Who sends you the materials for recycling?
Yeah, good question. We get the material from all the way from, I'd say, Chicago area, and that West Virginia or Fairmont's a great place for being centrally located between all the larger cities on the East Coast. Chicago, New York, New Jersey, DC. So we gather materials from all those areas. We're bringing in about almost 30,000 tons of waste paper every month. The mill right now is making about 600 tons a day of pulp. So the bales we just looked at, that's Dwayne over there is getting ready to put a bale on the line. He's putting a bale on right now. It's pretty all automatic, Rebecca. Pretty much he needs to make sure that the line stays full all the time. So this is automatically bringing the next bale forward. These bales have wires on them, so we need to take the wires off to go into our process. So that's called a dewiring machine, and it's going to come down like a cutter bar. That's going to cut through the wires, drop off a portion of the bale, and then wrap up the wires, and we can recycle the wire. And then feeds the fiber onto the fiber flow drum where we add water and then we break it down to start the breakdown process. So we have six presses here. These are just rolls. And what they're doing is they're pressing the water out. So the whole idea is to get as much water as possible so we're not using as much steam to dry it. We're trying to get a 100% dry product. And if I've got to add more steam or whatever, then I'm not making it efficiently. So the whole idea is here, fresh machine clothing so it can de-water, and also pressure from all these rolls. So we have 5 rolls, different settings of pressure, and we're trying to press the water out. Okay, so this is what our pulp looks like. You can see the machine clothing marks. This is what it's riding on, and this is where it allows the water to get out. This is about 65% water right here. So it's hard to squeeze the water out, but it's in there.
So tell me what's happening here.
All right, so at this point, like I said, I'm about 50% water, 50% fiber. You know, we're able to stand underneath of this. The guys can look up through here and see if there's any imperfections in the sheet that might cause it to break. That's our next problem is there's the potential for it to break. Once it breaks, then it stops the whole operation. So we got guys constantly coming out here and looking at the quality of the sheet. So this is our full sheet, 196 inches across. What we're going to do now is we're going to make it into a shippable product. We're going to now slice it, cut it, and we're going to make it into bales. So what we're doing now is we're making the individual bales. So the sheets come off. There's about 300 sheets in each bale, and each bale weighs about 600 pounds. It's 260 some kilograms. So this will drop down, move on through the process. The forks are in there because they're going to take over time and take over temporarily while the conveyor drops down and moves on through the process. Here's what we're making, 33 by 33 inches. It's about an 1/8 inch thick. It's a pretty thick board. You can see it, and there's the top and the bottom. You can see it's very clean. It's just brown, and we make white and brown. There's a lot of air in there right now where it's put them on like a deck of cards. This process now will press it down into that smaller, get all the air out of it, because if you didn't do that, you wouldn't be able to pick up the bale. So now we're going to press it. Very impressive press as far as inertia and how it's pressing that bale. And then we can glue the bales, we can wire the bales, we can strap the bales. We have 3 different varies of operation we can do with the bales. So Scott's our bale line operator. He's the same guy that runs the entire line, takes the product off the line and puts it in inventory. It's a one-guy operation.
Steve, thank you so much. Safe workplace, a better environment, all of that's happening right here in Fairmont at MD Paper, and we appreciate you taking the time to take us through today.
Well, we're glad to have you. And again, the best part about MD Paper is the people that work here. So thank you very much for coming.
Thanks, Steve. From the highways and the back roads, over the mountains and in the valleys, there is something made with West Virginia pride around every corner. Things you use at home and at work every single day. Thank you for joining us today. We hope you'll get to know your local manufacturers. For more information, please visit www.wvma.com. We'll see you next time.